some counties, very few counties, a divorce that's even hotly contested may get done in 6 or 9 months. There are other counties where a divorce can rock along for 2 or 3 years. You can't wait 2 or 3 years to get final results. And in your contested divorce, we would need to get a pending light or a temporary hearing very early on in your case. That can be for a lot of things. Maybe it needs to determine who's going to pay what bills while the case goes on. Maybe it's going to determine who has the custody or visitation of the children, who pays child support. It could determine who's living in your home as the case proceeds. And once we get through that initial process, a very important step called discovery is going to start, where we work along with you to make sure we build your case in a way that your contest can end in a way that's favorable for you, that your contested divorce winds up as favorably for you as possible. That only can happen with a team of experienced litigators, a team that is experienced in building a case that gets all the evidence that you want out there. I can't tell you how many times people have come to me in a divorce modification and said, look, I had all these things I wanted my lawyer to make sure the court heard, and my evidence sat there on the table and they never even addressed it. It's very important to me. That's why we even have a whole department in our office of litigation preparation team who works to put together your exhibits, and we lay those out for the court and make sure that everything that is relevant for the court to hear and admissible for the court to receive gets into evidence in your case. Because if not, you're leaving things on the table. Because when you have a contested divorce trial, anything you could bring up at that point can't be brought up in the future in a modification. So if you don't bring up the fact that there's abuse that's gone on in your marriage, or that a lot of shady things have happened with money during your marriage, and you have a trial, you get a final result, and you go back to court later on and you want to bring it up because your lawyer didn't address it in your first trial, more likely than not, you can't get back into that. It's very important that we work with you to make sure all the evidence that's important for your case gets into the case.